Maya Chen checked her phone for the 15th time. 7:43 p.m. Her date was now 43 minutes late. The coffee in front of her had gone cold, and the barista was giving her sympathetic looks that made everything worse. She'd been so hopeful about this one. Trevor had seemed different on the dating app, patient with her texts explaining she was deaf, enthusiastic about learning sign language, interested in her work as a graphic designer. They'd messaged for 2 weeks before he'd suggested meeting at this cafe. Now she was sitting alone, feeling the familiar sting of rejection that came with being different. Maya's phone buzzed, finally, but it wasn't an apology or explanation, just a text. "Sorry, can't make it. This isn't going to work out. Good luck." That was it. No explanation, no courtesy, just dismissed. Maya blinked back tears, angry at herself for caring. She should be used to this by now. This was the 4th first date in 6 months that had ended in a no-show or a quick exit, once her date realized what "I'm deaf" actually meant in practice. She was gathering her things to leave when chaos erupted near the entrance. A man burst through the door, looking utterly overwhelmed. He wore a stained t-shirt and jeans, his dark hair disheveled, and behind him came 4 identical toddlers, maybe 3 years old, all talking at once in the loud, unfiltered way only small children could manage. "No, Emma, we use gentle hands," the man said, prying one toddler off another. "Owen, buddy, we don't climb on strangers. Sophie, please don't lick the—" "Okay, too late. Liam, where are your shoes?" One of the toddlers, Liam apparently, held up his bare feet with a proud grin. The man looked like he might cry. "We just came from the park. I need 5 minutes of coffee and silence, just 5 minutes." But the quadruplets had other plans. They scattered in 4 different directions. The man grabbed 2, lost 1, caught her again, then watched in horror as the 4th, Owen, made a break for Maya's table, climbing into the empty chair across from her. "Hi," Owen announced cheerfully, grabbing Maya's abandoned coffee cup. "What's this?" Maya couldn't hear his words, but she could read his lips well enough. She gently took the cup away and signed, "Not for little boys. That's cold coffee." Owen stared at her hands, fascinated. "Why are your hands talking?" The father arrived, breathless and apologetic. "I am so sorry. Owen, we don't bother strangers." He stopped, noticing Maya's hands still mid-sign, then the hearing aids in her ears. "Oh, I'm sorry. Can you—" Maya pointed to her ears and shook her head, then pulled out her phone and typed, "I'm deaf. No worries about your son. He's fine." The man read it, and his expression shifted from stress to understanding. "I'm Marcus, and this is Owen, and those 3 disasters are Emma, Sophie, and Liam." He paused. "Is it okay if they sit here for a minute? I just need to order coffee before I have a complete breakdown. It's been a really long day." Maya gestured to the empty chairs. There were several at her table for 4. She'd picked a larger table, hoping her date would show. Now she was glad for the space. Marcus practically collapsed into a chair while corralling the other 3 toddlers. He pulled out his phone and typed, "Thank you. Seriously, I'm a single dad and today has been a nightmare." They found a mud puddle at the park, then finger paint at home, then a juice box explosion in the car. I'm barely holding it together. Maya smiled and typed back, "Been there. Well, not with quadruplets, but I understand chaos." Marcus managed to order coffee from his phone while simultaneously preventing Sophie from crawling under the table and Emma from eating sugar packets. When his coffee arrived, he took a grateful sip and closed his eyes. 5 seconds of peace. That's all I ask. Owen was still fascinated by Maya. "Why do your hands talk?" he asked again, louder this time, as if volume would help. Maya couldn't hear him but recognized the repeated question from his expression. She slowly signed the alphabet, making sure Owen could see. Then she typed on her phone and showed Marcus. "I use my hands because I can't hear with my ears. My hands are how I talk." Marcus showed Owen the message. The little boy's eyes went wide. "That's so cool! Can you teach me? Before Maya could respond, all 4 toddlers were crowding around her, fascinated by this new form of communication. Maya found herself teaching 4 3-year-olds basic signs. Hello, thank you, please, more. They were terrible at it, hands going every direction, making up their own signs, but their enthusiasm was infectious. For the first time all evening, Maya wasn't thinking about Trevor's rejection. She was laughing silently at Liam's attempt to sign more that looked more like aggressive clapping. Marcus watched with amazement. He typed, "You're a miracle worker. They're actually sitting still and focusing. That never happens." Maya typed back, "Kids love learning new things. Plus, sign language is visual and tactile. It's perfect for their age. You're good with them. I work with kids sometimes, teaching them graphic design basics. They're fun when they're not yours to take home." Maya grinned, then added, "No offense. None taken. Some days I'd love to give them back." They fell into easy conversation through their phones, Marcus explaining he was a widower. His wife had died from complications during the quadruplets' birth. He was drowning in single parenthood while working from home as a software developer. Maya sharing her own story, growing up deaf, the challenges of dating, her passion for design, the way people often treated her like she was less capable because she couldn't hear. "People assume deaf means broken," she typed, "like I need fixing. Dates go badly because guys either fetishize my deafness or treat me like a charity case. One guy literally spoke at me in sign language he'd clearly learned from a 5-minute YouTube video. It was gibberish." Marcus laughed out loud, a genuine, tired laugh. He typed, "That's awful, but people are idiots about anything they don't understand. I get it with the quads. People either think I'm a saint or completely incompetent, usually both in the same conversation." "Are you incompetent?" "Absolutely." Marcus gestured to his stained shirt, the chaos around them, Liam who'd found someone's abandoned croissant and was wearing it as a hat. "This is me at my best." Maya laughed, the silent laugh of someone who'd learned to find joy without sound. An hour passed, then 2. The cafe was closing, and the barista was pointedly stacking chairs. The quadruplets had worn themselves out and were now relatively calm. Coloring on napkins Maya had turned into an impromptu art project. "I should go," Marcus typed reluctantly. "Get these 4 home before they discover a second wind." Maya felt an unexpected pang of disappointment. "This was nice," she typed. "Most fun I've had on a Tuesday in a long time. Were you supposed to be doing something else tonight?" Marcus asked. Maya hesitated, then showed him Trevor's dismissive text. Marcus's expression darkened. "What an asshole, you dodged a bullet." "Maybe, or maybe I'm the bullet everyone dodges." Maya tried to make it sound light, but the hurt was there. "No." Marcus was firm. He typed carefully, "You're interesting, funny, patient with chaos, and you taught my kids something in 2 hours I haven't managed in 3 years. That guy was an idiot who didn't deserve your time. You're being nice because I helped with your kids. I'm being honest because you deserve honesty." Marcus paused, then typed, "Would you want to do this again? Not a date? I can't date. I'm barely surviving parenting. But maybe coffee? The kids loved you, and I could use a friend who doesn't judge me for having goldfish crackers in my hair." Maya smiled. "You have crackers in your hair?" Marcus ran his hand through his hair and pulled out a crushed goldfish cracker. "See? Disaster." "Coffee sounds good," Maya typed. "As friends, who are both disasters in our own ways." "Perfect. Disasters unite." 3 months later, Maya sat in Marcus's chaotic living room, teaching the quadruplets to sign "I love you" for Father's Day. The house was a mess. Toys everywhere, dishes in the sink, that comfortable lived-in chaos of a home with 4 toddlers. But it felt right. She and Marcus had become genuine friends, meeting weekly for coffee, texting throughout the day, helping each other navigate their respective challenges. Marcus had learned basic sign language from YouTube, Better than that terrible date, at least. Maya had learned that 4 3-year-olds could destroy a room in under 30 seconds. I never thanked you properly. Marcus signed slowly, still learning. That night at the cafe, you saved me from a complete breakdown. You saved me too, Maya signed back, then typed on her phone for clarity. I was sitting there feeling sorry for myself, thinking I was too different for anyone to want. Then you showed up with your chaos and treated me like a person, not a disability. That mattered. You are a person. An incredible one. Marcus fumbled the next sign, gave up, and typed, I know we said friends, and I don't want to mess that up, but I need you to know you're not too different. You're not too anything. You're exactly right. Maya's heart stuttered. Marcus! I'm not good at this. I'm a widower with quadruplets who can't keep goldfish crackers out of his hair. I'm a disaster. Marcus set down his phone and signed carefully, slowly. But you make the disaster feel manageable. You make me feel less alone. And I hope, maybe I do the same for you. Maya looked at this man who'd burst into her life on the worst night, who'd seen her as complete rather than broken, who'd learned to sign, I love you, just so his kids could tell him properly. She signed back, you do. Make me feel less alone, I mean. So maybe we could try? Not just friends? Marcus looked terrified and hopeful at once. With 4 chaperones? Maya gestured at the quadruplets, who were now trying to sign and getting it adorably wrong. They come with the package. Deal breaker? Maya thought about Trevor, who'd abandoned her without explanation. About all the dates who'd treated her deafness as a problem to overcome. About sitting alone in that cafe, feeling worthless. Then she looked at Marcus and his beautiful, chaotic family who'd accepted her completely from day one. Not a deal breaker, she signed. The opposite, actually. Marcus's smile was brighter than any she'd seen. He leaned forward and kissed her gently, while 4 toddlers cheered in the background, some of them even signing more correctly. 1 year later, Maya moved into the chaos permanently. She designed a beautiful home office where she could work, while the quadruplets napped, sometimes. She taught them to sign full conversations. She found that being deaf in a house with 4 toddlers was actually an advantage. She could take out her hearing aids during meltdowns and have blessed silence. And Marcus learned that love wasn't about finding someone perfect. It was about finding someone who fit your particular chaos. Someone who turned your disasters into adventures. Someone who'd been left alone at a cafe and somehow found exactly where she belonged, in the beautiful mess of a family that needed her as much as she needed them. The man who'd stood her up had done her a favor, really. Because if Trevor had shown up that night, she'd never have met the overwhelmed single dad with goldfish crackers in his hair, 4 tornado toddlers, and a heart big enough to see past her deafness to the person she actually was. Sometimes the best love stories start with being abandoned. And sometimes they start with a single dad and 4 toddlers who teach you that family isn't about perfection. It's about showing up for each other's chaos and calling it home.